All right, you guys wanted to see some new lights installed on the F-150, and I ended up getting a set of high beam and low beam lights, LEDs, from Light on Amazon. I think, just right off the top of my head, it was about 70 bucks for the kit, something to that extent. But anyway, comes with the high beam and low beam lights, comes with a set of gloves that they want you to use. Comes with instructions and the adhesive pad for the ballast or the control unit. I don't know what they call it on this model. Come on. Got some zip ties. All right, people, let's get the headlights out of this truck so you can work comfortably on the bench of the truck. First thing you're going to do is you're going to come up here to the light. This is the driver's side we're using, for example. You are going to take this push clip right here and pop it up. I'm just using a bunch of in-home tools that most people have laying around, some kind of like at-home tool kit or something like that. You got some kind of cheap kit laying around. Then you're going to go here. You're going to pull here, pull here. Then you have two 7mm right here, two 7mm right on the side. If you don't have a drill, you can use just a regular hand tool with a 7mm socket. So, and this piece pops off the plate. You can set it up on the engine bay. Now, there is a tab right here you can release. Where did my little tool go? Oh, it's right here. It's just a little flat blade, a little Husky flat blade kit. Then go here. This is really easy. It should take you about 5-10 minutes per light. And I'm not editing this video at all. You know, there's one little spot where I paused earlier so I could pick up the zip ties, and that was it. Push clip, pull it out completely out of there. And now you got a series of 10mm all the way around you have to take out. And that's an 8mm. Then there's 10mm, 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 10mm. Take all that out of there. Now you just go around, pull it out. Dang it. Pull it out. Don't forget to, oh yeah, by the way, I put an extension bit driver. That's usually in most of your at-home kit, in-home kits. It's just an extension bit driver. It's just a cheap Chinese kit my old lady got off of Amazon for doing stuff around the house. When I try to relate as close as I can to homeowners and DIY guys. I have probably $40,000 worth of tools at work, most of it all name brand, and I try to, if I can help it, not use that stuff. So you guys can see me struggle a little bit, or use the not nice stuff, or heavy, expensive stuff, like you guys might have at home. So we took out a 10mm here, 10mm here, 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 here. Now we have to take this 8mm out, but before we move any further, let's go ahead and pull this 10mm out of this light right here. Right back there in the corner. Let me see if I can zoom in. You know what, we'll wait on that 10mm. Let's go ahead and get this bottom bracket off completely first, and I'll explain why when we get there. So 8mm, pop this off, put my little bit back in my bit driver. Well, 8mm right here. Nice little oxidation going on. Now, this will start to come out of here. Okay? But there's something holding it. This corner catches right here. You can kind of... And then there's a double prong right here. So you got to use a flat blade screwdriver and push these teeth in and pull that out. You can try a pair of pliers or needle nose pliers. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes it doesn't, and you got to get a little screwdriver. Alright, the top one popped up. There we go. Okay, so it did pop out. So now you're out here, but you're not out at the bottom. There's these little tabs down here you got to push in. In the center, you got to push it in, pull up. Push it in, pull up, and then this whole piece comes out of your way. Try to do this with one hand. And I ain't gonna be able to do it with one hand. Alright, so now they're pushed in, pull up, slide your piece off of there, set it up on top, and now you have a 10 millimeter right back here where my finger's at. You're gonna have to get a long extension screwdriver back there. One here and one here. Let's pull those three out real quick, and then we'll move to the next step. So what I do is I take my extension and my bit driver, and I put it in my bit driver screwdriver, and then I take my 10 mil, if I can find it. Now that's my 8 mil. I see my 10 mil. Then I take my 10 mil, put it on the end of that, and then we go over here. We'll reach back up in there. And we gotta do it by hand. And then we'll come up here and get this one on top and this one on top. Cheap crap, and I keep forgetting to click the bit driver in. So then this, pull up, get this little latch right here to come out of its slot. Take your hand, pop it forward. There's an alignment tab back in here that this pin goes in. You gotta pop it out of there because it grabs it. Then undo your marker light, pull back on your metal jaw tooth clip, undo high beam and low beam. Sometimes I gotta use two hands. I don't know if I'll be able to get this one. These are brittle too. Sometimes these connectors break and you can put a zip tie around them, or just the surface tension alone will hold them, but it's kind of up to you. That's your judgment call. Now, well, clean out your area right there. Get all the dirt and stuff out of it while you can, while you get it apart, and then take your headlight to the back of the truck and get set up to work on it. Alright, now we're at the back of the truck. You see, I already have one light done. I wanted to get the how-to removal and removal stuff out of the way. Pull these rubber caps back off the light, and if you notice, the corresponding lights, like this has got the bigger umbrella cover, you're going to put the LED with the bigger umbrella on it. That comes in the kit, a high beam and a low beam. And then right here, how it's got the thin O-ring, it's got the thin O-ring. So they correspond with the ones that they go in with, 9005 and then H11. So I snapped that one out of there, found the LED that matched it, snapped it in. I took the double-sided foam tape that goes on the ballast right there, put it on the ballast and tucked it down inside that light. So now there's an issue here. These have fans to keep them cool. Do I want to trust just a little bit of ventilation from the light alone, because it's not totally sealed? There is some moisture that gets in there, some air that gets in there. No, I don't. So what I do, cut a couple slots in the back of it here so that fan can breathe to keep that LED cool. And I just use a box cutter to do it. The low beam, I put one. The low beam here, I have one slot on the back of it. Sorry, I had to clear out some of my library so I could keep recording. The high beam, because it's so close to the edge, the thick rubber insert part, unless you really force it and tear it up, won't fit in there right without struggling. So what I did was I just made a little relief here, about 1 inch long, and took the lip off of it, and then I put 2 slots in there for it to breathe. So this will end up sitting right there. See how close that is to the edge? Let me put this in here and I'll show you what it looks like. It'll end up looking like that. There it is, right back in there. Anyway, this one doesn't have a good spot to put the ballast, so I kind of just put the sticky tape on right there, and I'm kind of hoping it'll hold and stay. Really, there's not a lot of room for this to walk around inside here anyway, so even if it does come loose, it's not going to really bother anything. It's wedged in there pretty good. And I'll just put the cover back on and reinstall the lights in the reverse process. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I normally take my lights and I'll put them in a baggie, and I'll leave them in my glove box. The install is complete. I just got to put my tools and stuff away. Just want to show you real quick what it looks like. If you didn't catch the video on the fog light LEDs, go back and look at those. They're Sylvania 6K, and these are M-Light 6K. The camera makes it look like it's flickering, and in all reality it's not. Let's put the high beams on now. When you put your high beams on, it turns your fog lights off, but there's something called Bambi mode, and you can actually go in on your Ford F-150 with 4Scan. I'm a dealer tech, so I bought the aftermarket program and the OBD Link EX dongle and downloaded the program. So I have lifetime subscription to them. I paid like 50 bucks for a lifetime subscription. Now I'm told you have to either keep renewing every year and it's a hassle, or you can like pay for 3 years at a time. It ends up costing more money that they got rid of the lifetime stuff. I don't know, but you can go through 4Scan and you can turn it on to where the fog lights come on with your other lights as well. Easy install, guys. Literally 15 minutes, 20 minutes total for me, because I do this type of stuff all the time. And I believe it's the body styles 2015 to 2017 that have this type of lighting system. This is the how-to for that, and it should be all the same lights for that, unless you already have the LED package from Ford with the higher trim levels. But this is how to take your lower trim level, your XLTs, and I don't know if the Lariats come with LEDs. Maybe some of the Lariats don't have LEDs, but if you have this type of F-150 with this lighting configuration like this, this is the how-to and how to remove and install everything and be successful with using M-Light's 9005 H11 series kit that directly fits your F-150. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Have a great day. I'm going to throw a bonus in here at the end. When you go to throw this piece back on here, the support piece underneath it, and you're trying to get it to line up with those 2 tabs that come up, when you release all the tension on that, this plastic piece right here is going to be loose, and it's going to kind of sag down in there. So while you're trying to slide in that plastic bracket, support bracket behind it on this bottom, push up on this assembly while you're snapping the support part in, and it will snap right in, or else you'll fight it a little bit. And another thing, not only is there an alignment tab right here in this corner for this light, there's also a little bar that sticks out and lines up with the fender down in here. When you go to slide this light in, you'll see that will pop in, and then there's a little bar that goes into a little slot right here that also lines up. And then you got your top 2 bolts, and then the one hidden back there in the corner. That's all. I just wanted to add that to it. Again, be blessed. Have a great day. Forgot one more thing. If you have to adjust your lights Like me, I put a 2-inch level kit on this F150. If you have to adjust your lights and you haven't adjusted them yet from when you did your level kit, now you put LED lights in there, you're really going to be blinding people. So you're going to need to adjust your lights. Find normal spacing or something like that. I always go to a garage and make sure your lights are at a normal plane. I like to see about 15-20 feet out in front of the vehicle, and I can see past that, don't get me wrong, but very, very vividly, clearly. I forget the spec. Let me look it up real quick. So I just looked up the optimal hotspot headlight aim, and they say what you got to do is you got to measure from the ground to where the vehicle's at to the center portion of your light, which here, if we go from the ground, come on, to the center portion of the light, it's right at about, I don't know, let's just say ballpark 43 and 3/4 inches. So because it's more than 36 inches, you have to subtract 2 inches from the center of, if it's up to 36 inches, you can adjust the lights dead on at 36 inches. If it's more than 36 inches, which this is 43 3/4, I have to subtract 2 inches from 43 3/4, which makes it 41 3/4. So I have to adjust these headlights at 43 or 41 3/4. So basically what I would do is I'd close my garage at night. I would mark from the ground on a level surface on the garage to 43 or 41 3/4. It's got a 2-inch lift, so 41 3/4. And I would adjust the lights up or down until they were dead even with that 43 3/4 or 41 3/4. Sorry, I keep getting that mixed up. So you want up to 36 inches, you can be dead center with 36 inches. But if your vehicle's 28 inches to the center of your light, you want to adjust it to 28 inches. Anything more than 36 inches, you have to subtract 2 inches. So this is 43 3/4. I would mark my line at 41 3/4, and I would set my lights at that level. Here's my adjustment right here, and it's got this little adjustment rod on the end that moves the lights up and down. That's how I will make my adjustment on the lights tonight whenever I set everything, both sides. That's how you adjust the lights on these trucks. And most other vehicles, they're kind of in the same spot as well. Thanks, guys. Just wanted to cover that for legal reasons. Optimal driving depth with your lights is about 25 feet out, it says. That's just kind of a ballpark answer. If you can see clearly about 25 feet out in front of the vehicle, you're going to have residual light around the outside wheels where you'll see. But if you can go 25 feet out very clearly, that's optimal. That's from what I gather. That's what I knew. It was like 15-20 feet, but no, it's 25 feet out in front of the vehicle. That's it. Again, sorry for coming back. I just want to make sure I clear everything. Be blessed.